Hi everyone, this is Jay Chechela, the director of the Central Nebraska Science and Engineering Fair, and today I'm going to show you how to make a video that you're going to use to communicate what you did to the judges, and it's a pretty simple process. There shouldn't be any special software required to get this done, though you are welcome to use it. So if you're comfortable using iMovie or another video editing program like Adobe Premiere or Apple's Final Cut Pro, that's fine. Just make sure that you don't put any special features in it that would give you an unfair advantage. So in this particular fair, what we're looking for is simply your presentation and you in the corner, or if you have a partner, you and your partner in the corner talking about what you did at the project. We're going to do our best to simulate what the presentation would be like if you're doing this in person. Obviously, you don't have that back and forth communication with the judges, so it's a little difficult to do, but we're just going to do the best that we can this year. So to get started, you're going to go to our website, and our website address is right up here. It's www.cnsef.net. And when you do that, you'll be brought to our homepage. Go to the register link. I have a series of helpful links that are in here. We're going to do the record your presentation. Later, when you're ready to register for the fair, the button for that is located right down here. And just ensure that you are in our territory before. If you're in these counties that are in the white, you'll need to register for the Greater Nebraska Science and Engineering Fair, which is in Nebraska City. They're also doing theirs virtual this year as well. So if you normally wouldn't travel, this would be a great year to give it a try in those fairs. So let's go to record your presentation. This will take you to a Flipgrid link. And all you're going to need to do is hit record a response. When you do this, you're going to see me appear, and it's going to be the same thing for you. I'm sitting on a laptop computer right now in my office at home, and so the camera is going to come on, and you're going to see the background. So consider that when you are going to present. You will want to probably dress up, and you want to be in an area that's well lit. Check the lighting and things like that before you submit your video, and just make sure everything looks okay. So we're going to hit record a response. You have two ways to join. Most schools now are using Google. We use Google for all our registration forms, so if you don't have an account, I'd highly recommend making one. Another thing to keep in mind is sometimes schools block outside organizations and their Google accounts from doing work. So if you do run into any of that, just make sure that you probably register with a personal Google account, or you can use a Microsoft account if you have that. Again, creating either one of these accounts is not a problem, so if you need to do that, do so. I'm going to go ahead and hit join with Google, and I'm going to actually select my personal email right here, and I got to put my password in. When you're ready to record your presentation, this is going to be what's going to pop up, and all we need to do is hit the record button to get things going. Before we do that, let's just take a look at the options. If you want to upload some clips, so let's say you make this on your phone or you have some video that you want to share from your project, no problem. Hit the upload clip and then drag the files into there. And then from there, it'll appear in a timeline right down here, and it should be pretty easy for you to put that in. The other thing that you might find handy is the mirror video. So if you notice it looks better one way or the other, feel free to make that switch. And then the most important thing we're going to use here is the record screen. So when we hit record screen, I got to hit start screen recording, and I can move myself around wherever that comes in handy. And then we're going to pick your entire screen so the judges see exactly what's on your screen. That way there's no guessing which tab you're on. Makes it just a little bit easier. You're going to get a countdown, and then a little red dot up here just means it's recording. So at this point, you can open up your presentation. In this case, I've just got it on Google Drive, and it's ready to go. I would introduce myself, introduce my partner if I had one, and at that point, once they've seen you, they know who you are, I would go ahead and work into the presentation. Now, when you work into the presentation, you will disappear. So when I hit present and go full screen, the video link disappears. So I don't think it's completely necessary that you're in the video the whole time. It would be nice, but I also think it's important that a judge has full screen access to what you're presenting. So in this case, we'll just work our way through the presentation. So this is obviously a blank presentation, but as I work my way through, I'm just using the arrow keys to navigate. I can use the pointer if I need to point out anything on graphs or something like that. Work my way through to the end, and then when we get to the end, just hit the escape button to get out, and then we just hit stop sharing. And then a little red dot up here just means it's recording. And immediately it's going to start playing your video, so just click over to here. You can pause it. If we need to cut out some of the stuff in the beginning as we're loading stuff up, not a problem. If you click on this bar here, as your video, there's a slider right here that you're going to be able to move and work your way to where it starts. I'll have to play this just a little bit to figure out exactly where you want to cut in. So, looks like right here is where that loaded up. So 31, haven't yet. So at 32 seconds, everything was ready to go. I started talking, backing up. I want them to see who I am ahead of time. So we're going to go ahead and just get that ready to go. So you may want to pause before you start so that you can find sort of the in-between from where you got everything set up to where you started, so you can begin the video that way. And then if you need to do any trimming on the end, you can do that as well right here. So when that is done, all you need to do is hit confirm. So when you're happy with how everything is, and I've tested out a few times, which you can do by previewing here, hit confirm. Presentation. Now, and let's say we need to add more video. So let's just say I have a clip that needs to be put in as well. All I gotta do is add more video, and I can have the same options again. I can either upload a clip, or I can record my screen, or I can just talk in the video here. So you have some flexibility on how you want to do this, but do keep in mind you can't go beyond 10 minutes in time. So just hit next when everything's done and you've got all your videos in. Multiple clips, you're going to be able to move around if you need to. Just make sure you play them and preview them so that they look okay before you submit them. But when you're happy with it and you're done, click next. I'm going to have you use your display name that's going to be assigned to you. So let's just pretend that I submitted my registration to the fair, it was accepted, and I received an email back from the director that said your project ID number is TMED_1001. Okay, I'm just going to put that in. There's this feature called name tag. Go ahead and pick one that you like. I would say keep it simple, but go ahead and pick one you like. And then hit confirm. And then all you need to do is click the submit button. You'll go through the upload process. Obviously, don't close the app while this is going on. And then when you get to this point, you will have a link, and this will be the link that you're going to share on our project registration page when you're ready to upload your video and your presentation for judging. So that'll be the main link. You will receive an email confirmation. They'll have this same link in it. It'll just be a button that you'll hit. I'll show you in a little bit. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes for this to complete. You also have the option of downloading the video if you need to, for any reason. If it needs some further editing that you forgot about, that's a possibility. I would highly recommend that everyone uses Flipgrid just because it is fairly simple, as long as you have a Chrome browser and as long as you can have a webcam. You really have everything you need without having to have any specialized software to make this happen. However, again, schools are different. It just really depends on what you're comfortable using. YouTube is fine. If you do use YouTube, just be sure that you put it as an unlisted link. If you just upload the video and send the link, it's going to automatically be a private link, and we'll have to have access to get to it. And it'll be a headache for everybody to judge and to work with, and we'll have to contact you again to get it open. So just make sure that you put it as unlisted. Really, it doesn't matter. We just want to make sure that the judges can get to it without having to set up any accounts or do any special logins. The more we can respect their time, the better job they can do spending that time evaluating your project. So I let the upload, came back. It's been about 10 minutes now, and I did receive an email confirmation. And in this email, there'll be this button that you'll need to push. If for some reason you need to do any work on your video, you can download the video and re-upload it either to Flipgrid, or you could use YouTube as well. But if I just click view in my Flipgrid, I'll need to log in. Looks like I'm good to go on that one. And all I need to do is find my video and hit share. I will copy it. And then that link will be a link I'll just drop into the project registration that you'll get after you have registered your project. So you'll get a separate link where you just are going to paste that link in, and it should be no problem for the judges to view. If you just want to see how that looks, you can just paste the link yourself up into a browser, and pretty much anyone with that link is going to be able to view your video, which will be the judges. So this is a very simple way. It cuts YouTube out and having to worry about having it published right and so on. But if YouTube is something you want to use, again, you're more than welcome to. Just make sure that the general public can view it. I would put it as unlisted and not put it as public, so it's not searchable. And then we'll send that link off to the judges so that they can view your presentation. Be creative with this. Maybe you can find some different ways to use it and make the most of it. Just make sure that you focus on presenting your material in that 10-minute time. And from there, we really look forward to seeing your video. And if you run into any questions, just be sure to talk to your teacher. And if your teacher's not quite sure what to do, feel free to go to our website, go to contact, and fill out the contact form that pops up here. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can.